What's up, guys? Ricky here with another review on the Cosmic Legion's Sphexxion Prison Guard. And you might have seen I already did a review on the Block Commander. So I decided to get all of these so we can kind of, use them for basically a photography or setup or whatever, because I think it's pretty cool. Kind of getting into the lore right now personally. But you couldn't beat it because 25 beans. So they're having a good deal at the local toy shop. So here we go. So the last one was red, so this one is green. And it looks like they used a green metallic paint on this one. And they did blue accents. So whereas the other one did like almost like a pinkish, purplish accents with the red, they did blue with this one, so I love that they did that. Let's see, you also got the same type of weapon there, it looks like. So it looks like same weapons, just this one has a mask in different colors. But here's a picture of the creature. Here's the sides if you want to read about the Volcator Book 1. You can pause your screen now. Okay. Here's the back of the package. So with a lot of character images, so we do have this one, this one, this one, obviously this guy, and then we have these two down here so far. So I'm kind of not sure about the Sentry and the Science Officer. I mean, the character designs are cool, but I hate the fact that they're so plain. Like, it looks like they're supposed to be customized, and I don't really, like, if you've seen this channel before, you know I do good customs, and customizing is, like, it can make good products, but I don't necessarily like it if I don't have to. So, I don't know, well, maybe I'll customize a couple of them, but even just a wash might make these look better. But the Sentry is pretty neat. Science Officer, like I said, the molds are great, though. Okay, so now we got a picture image, and if you want to read, pause your screen now. Perfect, okay. So let's open this up and see what we're looking at. Okay, here's the Sphexxion Prison Guard out of the package, and it's looking really good. This one actually, out of the Sphexxions, I know I kind of said this last time, was one of my favorite. This one I think is my favorite out of the bunch after seeing them all and going through it. So one, the paint applications are great. So it's got I'm not sure on this one if they did a green matte paint like they did with the red one and then just did a pearlescent, or if they did green metallic paint. And actually, I'm leaning towards them actually doing green metallic paint on this one. Yeah, it sure seems that way. I do like the blue accents. I think that's really cool. The wings are really neat. So it's clear and then it fades to like a dark brown color. And I think the base tone for this figure is probably my favorite out of it. So like the actual insectoids. So they did a brown and they did a dark brown, dry brushed over the top, just to kind of accent it a little bit. And you got a little bit of red there on the little spikes and the horns. And even the mandibles kind of fade to a little bit of a red. So it looks really, really cool. So it did come with this cool gun here. Looks like a bone weapon. And they did do, it looks like they did do a wash on that. So it kind of shows up pretty well there. And then came with this really cool staff as well. And then a million hands, just like the last one. So just like I said about the last one, like the hands are okay. I don't use them very much, but I would have rather had a head, like had a head like this guy. That'd have been a fun little option to have one armored one and one regular. But yeah, overall, pretty darn sweet out of the package. So let's get into articulation. Okay, here we go. So I'm not going to do a lot of articulation on this guy just because these are tough with all the appendages. They kind of like to fall off a little bit. So head goes up, not super far. It goes up, down a little bit. You do have a little bit of a tilt. Then you do have rotation, which is nice. The arms go up about 45. You might be able to get them up 90 if you force it. I'm not going to. This is a pretty fresh figure. You do have a single jointed elbow with rotation and wrist articulation as well, which is great. These are also articulated, but I do not want to bend them right now because I just got them in and I had to use a hairdryer to do it. So kind of a bummer, but you do have articulation. So you do have articulation here and you have articulation at this joint as well. So you can get it to bend, rotate. Oh, see, it just popped out. So it's kind of a pain. Then leg articulation, get up about 90 degrees. You have knee articulation and rotation, thigh rotation as well. You do have ankle pivot and rotation as well. And then the wings are also, able to be articulated as well. So not bad.
Okay, here's a quick size comparison amongst quite a few of the comic legions. So here we go. So as you can see, so the tallest one is the High Warden Slog. Looks like second is pretty close. I think it's Altar. Then you have Novian, and then it looks like then you have the Sphexxions as far as height goes. So let's see, I don't know how I lost my ruler, but another review with my giant meter stick. Okay, here we go. So let's see, so we have the High Warden Slog that stands about 8.5 inches tall with the dome. It's gonna be about 8 without the dome. You have Altar, which stands roughly at about 8 inches tall. You have Novian that stands about 7.5 inches tall. You have the Sphexxions that stand about pretty close to 7.5 as well. So it looks like the Sphexxions and Novian is about the same size. Okay, so you got same, about 7.25, 7.5. It's hard to tell. Then you have centimeters, if you want a centimeter breakdown. Oh, sorry, that's on the back. Boom. Okay. We have roughly 22 centimeters tall with the High Warden Slog, roughly 21, roughly 19, and roughly 19. So they fit in really well. So really good looking size figures. So looking great. So let's do a quick comparison with some other lines real quick. And here it is with NECA Predator. You can see the Predator stands, you know, a little bit taller, but still fits in really nicely. I could see them doing battle, which I'm going to do. I think that'll be awesome. And then here's a McFarlane. So this is a McFarlane Medieval Spawn from the Kickstarter series. It looks like it stands roughly the same height as well. So maybe a little shorter, but I think it all fits in well. So McFarlane, NECA, all your 7-inch scale figures will fit in just fine. Okay, final thoughts on the Sphexxion Prison Guard. It's pretty sweet. So I got it for 25, so 25 is a really good deal. And yeah, the articulation's pretty decent. Same thing as the others. It's the arms and then those wings that are just really, really tough to get in. So you got to use a blow dryer in order to kind of loosen it up in order to do that. So it's the only drawback, but overall, I think this one is the best out of the bunch. So if you're looking to pick up one of the Sphexxions and don't want to get all three, I think this is a good one. I think this is the one to go with. Yeah, it looks really good. I love the green metallic. I love the base tone of the figure itself, and it comes with a lot of good accessories. So very cool. So again, thank y'all for tuning in. I will keep bringing reveals, reviews, customizations to you. And in the meantime, have a good one, and I'll catch you all in the next video.